is up, guys? It's Guildspire here, and welcome back to Final Fantasy 14. How y'all doing today on this wonderful Wednesday afternoon? I know I am doing well. Hope y'all are too. With that being said, I don't really know what the plans today. What I do know, 595. So I think we're past all of our cordial rotations. Did we get anything? I don't think we did. Oh no, actually, hold up. I did. My high cordial sold. Love that. We do love that. Let's also complete your venture. All right, and I believe one thing I said I need to do is I need to get them gear level 100. So I think I do want to do that because you only sell up to 49. Yeah, and that's item level. Hey, what's up, Sarah? How you doing? Hopefully doing well. So I guess in that case, let's take a look real quick. And Geeky, thank you much for the resub. It's been finally 2 years. Hard to believe time has passed by that quickly. What have you been both doing today, if anything much at all? So we want headpiece, and probably we need to be level 5150, right? What level are they? Level 51. Level 51, and probably of, yeah, fending. So let's see here. Fending, will that get me the list of all things I want? Mithrite, fending, yeah, that's perfect. Though actually titanium looks to be a bit better. That's 55, so yeah, we want mithrite. A whole lot of mithrite. Someday you'll leave work on time, someday, nothing much, just watch YouTube and My Hero Academia, very nice. All right, watching dub or sub? Right now I'm caught up on all the dub. So let's do the mithrite, salad of fending, and so on, which means we need to get some stuff and things. Let's take a look at the nuggets first. 3, 7, 10, 13 nuggets. So 13 nuggets. Let's go and gather this stuff up. Which means we need to go out to the Falcon's Nest. Need to figure out where you left off. Dub? Okay, so are you all caught up on the dubs at this point in time? Alright. 595 is what we want for our cordial ingredients. I think we still have some cordials sitting in our retainers inventory. Been a bit slow since watching with James. He's seen all of it, I think. Not sure how much he's seen. Ah, fair enough. Well, that's exciting to watch that together. Always a fun time. Frankie is beyond where I am. He is both watching the subs as well as reading the manga. So I think he's taken a slight break from it. So I'm not sure where he's at in the grand scheme of things. Happy to hear that you've been enjoying it, though. Alright, so we need 65 mithrite sand, and then the mithril ore isn't that big of a deal. Alright. I will give a forewarning, not that Final Fantasy isn't chill already. I am a little bit tired. We ordered in some Indian tonight, which was really nice. And after eating that, I guess it's because I haven't had like a lot of carbs maybe, or a lot of things with fat, because I've been not really dieting but watching more carefully what I eat as well as exercising a lot more. I was just like starting to fade watching Mythical Kitchen on YouTube. And so if I seem a wee bit tired, that is why. But let's just quick gather these real quick. That will be 8. Once we get one with integrity, then we'll hit the King's Yield. We don't have that here, but we have the boon, so we'll do that. Alright, looks like closest one is over this way. Looks like we're gonna go clockwise for the nodes. I got some shrimp tiki masala, which was really nice. Alright, looks like gathering yields up. Let's hit Mountaineer's gift. That'll be 5 per. Excellent. Down to 29. Yeah, we gathered these up pretty quickly. Okay, here's the integrity. So actually what we want to do, pop the eye cordial. Let's pop King's Yield, Mountaineers. And I think that should probably be it as far as the amount of sand we need. Nope, we need 9 more. Correction. Alright, let's head over to the last node then. Yo, what's up, Zero? How you doing today, bud? Hopefully you are doing well. Alright, no boon here. I guess we just will quick, as we can't really regain our GP all too easily. Really bad luck on these strikes, jeez. Alright, and last but not least, we only need 4. Alright, well, I guess in that case, let's just do this twice. And 1 more. Alright, mithrite sand done and dusted. So now we are going to grab some... Actually, before I do that, I should finish off this by just grabbing the ice crystals. Never a bad idea to grab more ice crystals. Alright, mithril ore. Sigoli Desert, and we only need 13 of those, so that'll be pretty easy. Work on some new audio work in 3D modeling. Ooh, that's exciting. What's the audio work for, out of curiosity? Alright. So once we get a retainer's item level up, we'll do a, not a venture, but a mission here, supply mission for some royal eggs or culinarian. Hopefully get them up to 60. I imagine we're gonna probably end up working on leather worker today. Yo, what's up, friend? How you doing today? I'm doing all right, cannot complain. How about yourself? How's your Wednesday been? All right, let's do mithril. Want new voiceover for one of my YouTube channels, then some Pokemon shorts. Ooh, well, that's exciting. Hope the YouTube videos go well. Long day? Fair enough. Just very busy or a little too slow? All right, down to 5. So we can do here is, I guess, 3, 6, and then lightning shards. Ah, fair enough, fair enough. All right. So that's good there. We got everything we need for the nuggets. And then we need electrum ingots, it looks like. So let's click vending real quick. So 1, 2, 3, 4 electrum ingots. So crafting, we need 4, we need 16 electrum ore over in the Bronze Lake. Sounds good, Zero. Hope everything goes well with the projects, and hope to see you soon. Start a new job at this factory Monday. I've never done factory work before. I have heard nothing but like horror stories from factory work, honestly. Hopefully that's not the case for you specifically, but unfortunately that has always been what I've heard. It's just horrible for one's mental health, one's physical health, and so on. The new projects, yes, you saw what I did there. I appreciate it. All right, so we need 16. This would get us, what, 3 times 4? 4 times 4, so bountiful yield should do it. It's not that hard, it's kind of boring. Make headlights for Ford cars and stand there all day and inspect parts. Okay, so you're more on like the inspection side of things. When I normally hear warehouse, I'm thinking like freaking like Amazon warehouse, all that fun stuff. Or not fun stuff, I guess. I thought that would have been enough. 4 times, oh no, 4 times 3, I'm smart. I guess we did not get everything we needed, but that's fine. Battlefield yield, grab the 3. Oh, Battlefield yield is not the one that does it for all of them. Oh, interesting. All right, well, we got the electrum ingots that we needed anyways, or more accurately, the ingredients for them. So if we take a look at the fending armor again, dark steel rings looks to be the only other thing you'd need to mine. So we need 1 dark steel nugget, which means we need dark steel ore. Was that dragon head between 1 and 4 a.m. The good news is we are right on time for that node. So let's go grab some dark steel ore. We should probably also create some other items as well for their right side of their gear. Would be a smart idea. All superheroes and teams have been super helpful in finding and carrying. They really take care of their employees. So that's really good. I'm really happy to hear that everything's going well so far. And good benefits, you can't complain about that. If it's good pay, good benefits, and, you know, good people, then, hey, I say that you found a pretty decent job. Most places, you can only have one of those 3 things, and not all. Alright, we're just going to gather all of the dark steel we can, just in case we need it for some of the right side armor set. Alright. So we're good there. So we got everything we need here. We just need the leather, which I can't make yet, so we'll end up buying instead. Fending, and let's take a look. Goldsmith. So if we're doing goldsmith, bangle of fending, so let's see, earring. We need earring, neck, wrist, and rings. So that'd be the rings. I guess we could do 2 of the agate rings of fending. 1 of the bracelets, and then 1 of the earrings, but we don't see the neck piece. Looks like necklace. We don't see a fending option here. Alright, well, I guess in that case, let's focus on what we can get. We need more mithrite nuggets, of course. Is that I have a lot of downtime, which is boring, but I can do... Yeah, I mean, at the same time, sometimes having downtime is not a bad thing, right? So we need jadeite, agate, and mithrite. So we need 2, 3 mithrite nuggets. So let's grab another 3 of these. Which means we need more sand and more ore. I probably should have checked this earlier when I was gathering ingredients from Twin Spool before, but it is what it is. Remember, 5 a.m. Eorzean time is when we want to gather some ingredients for our cordials. Also realizing that it's very warm in the streamer right now, so let me message Frankie. Can you turn down the temp? all the students have come back from winter break, and I don't know what it is, if it's like an airflow issue, if it's because I'm at the end of the hall in the apartments or what, but it is sweltering in our apartments, and especially in the stream room where air circulation is the worst. It is quite miserable. It just feels good not doing anything at a job. I can relate to that. When I started my job at the college I work, it was a drastic shift in pace from, you know, tech sales where I worked previously at Microsoft. And so within the first week, there are times like, okay, here's how you do X, Y, and Z. I'm like, oh yeah, CRMs, I know how to deal with those. Did my job really well, but it always just have this a ton of downtime, right? And because of that, I just went, do you have anything else for me? They're like, no. I'm like, are you sure? They're like, yeah. And it was like, so I just chill here until something happens? Like, yep, pretty much. I'm like, so I get paid potentially to do nothing for hours at time. And they're like, yes. I'm like, all right, if you say so. And yeah, sometimes that can literally happen where there's nothing going on, especially as more and more I've automated a lot of the reporting that that we need, to where it's just a click of a button, it's done. Thankfully, a lot of people hear automation when it comes to jobs, and they go, oh God, well, you're gonna work yourself out of your own job. It's like, good news is I'm the only person who knows how to manage the CRM that we use, the software that we use. I'm the only one who has the knowledge to do so and understand what I've created. So thankfully I have job security. So I thought about that ahead of time. But it is very much the same way where there'll be times where I literally just will sit there and watch YouTube for like a good hour. I'm like, all right, well, sure, I guess. I guess let's grab all the mithril ore. Just so we have a little bit extra if need be. Alright, Fenden, and we want to scroll down to specifically our goldsmith. So we need jadeite, 2 for jadeite. So let's go get the jadeite. So 4 jadeite. I don't know why I just did that. Need to head over to Dragonhead real quick. It is new, so they're all still in the middle of building some parts. Well, the facility is new. The company has been around for a while. Yeah, I imagine if it's a part of like automotive industry, it's been around for a long while. Yo, what's up, medic? How you doing today, friend? What are you up to today? Excuse me, if anything much. Oh, I just realized. The fending gear. No, those are rings, right? No, we need 2 of the rings. So that is fine. So we need 4 jade. Easy enough. Thank you. Doing alright, getting a chair for my future gaming setup and been drawing first time in around 5 years. Hey, that's awesome. Well, I'm happy to hear that things are going well for you, it sounds. They have this big break room they're still working on, but it's supposed to have a cafeteria in it. I've never heard of a cafeteria in a factory. I can't say, like, I haven't really worked in any factory jobs before, so I can't really speak on that. I will say there was a Microsoft sales center out where I used to work, and we'd visit sometimes. They had their own, like, catering and cafeteria, which was actually, like, really good. I was like, oh, I want to work here. I want to work in this office. Hey, if they're doing right by you guys, that's awesome. I love to hear that, honestly. All right, we need 2 of you. So we need Tiger's Eye and Basilisk Whetstone. Let me just confirm on that really quickly, because this only creates 1. Yeah, so we need 6. So Smoldering Waste, let's head over here to Tailfeather. It is only 3 a.m., so we got some time. I've heard some odd ones out here in southern LA, but I don't remember exact ones. Yeah, I feel like it does depend on a lot of factors. Is it like privately owned? If it's like a brand company, like for example, let's say Ford owned Ford factory, I imagine that might be a little bit different than if it's a privately owned factory. There's also a lot of factors which go into why is it a good workplace and why isn't it. So it's interesting to see that breakdown and see who's had good luck and who's had not so much, right? We need Tiger's Eye. We need 6, so 3 straight here. And then don't we need agate as well, in fact? Hold up. Vending. Southern Cali, not LA. I'm Northern LA, but there are some in more south part of LA. Gotcha. Yeah, we need 3. I guess we need 6 in that case. 6 agate. Because we want 2 of these. So yeah, 6. In that case, let me just grab this. That'll be 2. And we can grab a little bit more here as well. 4, 6, 7, but that works out. Now let's quick gather the rest of the fire crystals. And then we are going to need basilisk eggs thereafter. Keeping in mind that we're also going to need basilisk eggs for the whetstones for the rings as well. So we need how many of those? So for each jadeite, no, it's just the jade there. In that case, is it a Tiger's Eye that requires whetstone? Yeah, so we need 2 basilisk whetstones. I think 3 would make sense. Yeah, so we need 3 of these, which I believe is in Blue Fog. It is, in fact. Love that. 4 a.m. Eorzean time, so just another half hour before we want to go grab, I think it's rosemary or trillium at this area. I want to say it's trillium, actually, now that I think about it. All right, well, let's go grab the 3 basilisk eggs real quick. Oh, that's perfect. We can just do gift. That'll be your 3. And then just grab wind shards thereafter. Love it. Alright, I want to say that is almost everything. So let's head back to processing plant since it's close enough. Both of them are 100 to teleport. And let's craft some stuff real quick. Friend request from a random person. From Genova. Sarah, is this your other character? Not me judging how fast you accept my friend request. Well, first I had to figure, like, who is that? And then I read it and I was like, oh, well, that makes sense. So that's fair enough. I was first trying to figure out who it was because I have gotten, like, random people just send me friend requests. I'm like, I usually will just, like, move into a chat with them, like, hi, how can I help you? And sometimes they'll request crafting stuff for me. I'm like, okay, sure, why not? I think we need to start with armor. No, we can't do armor. We need to probably do goldsmith. Yeah, goldsmith for the fend and things. This one's by Genova 1. Yeah, I figured as much once I read it. I'm like, oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Actually, we need nuggets first, which we can do in goldsmith. I want to quicksynth. I think we can just quicksynth this. We need, how many did I say? I don't think it matters. It's all for the nuggets. I don't think we would need sand and ore otherwise. So yeah, let's quicksynth. It's 5, frick. What is it? Is it Trillium? Trillium at 5, Bramble Patch. Yep, I was right. So as soon as this finishes, we'll want to head over there. Banning Autodidact and COTF. Is it not banned? I don't think it is, but at the same time, it's one of those things that I don't think gets a lot of value anyways. But apparently if you log into another world server and log off, you stay on the server when you log back in. Did not know that. Yo, what's up, Phoenix? How you doing today, bud? Fair enough. I mean, it doesn't get a lot of value, all things considered. So, I mean, by all means, I would Autodidact be banned in comp. I don't really think of a reason why it would be, especially in today's meta. I think it would be probably not the greatest move in the world to use Autodidact, but hey, to each their own. Back is hurting? Like long laborious day, or did you end up hurting it at some point while working or working out? The biggest part is if you can get the stacks. Boxing injury, fair enough. I mean, I'm sure that the other person is worse for wear in comparison, Phoenix, right? Plan on playing the PTP. I already did so that should be going up on YouTube at some point whenever I get through the backlog that is the VODs. So we did do the PTB. We played a bit of Nurse. We played a bit of Knight. We played a bit of Survivor Solo Queue as well. So we've already gone and done that. So we're gonna wait for the mid-chapter release before probably doing another like day or two of testing on some stuff and things, and you know, go from there. The killer against the Blighted Nurse, I'd say no, but it's like an M1 killer. I'd say still things like Will Make It are probably the better bet for the most part, but you know, to each their own. Fending. That's right, that's what we're doing. I was trying to figure out like, what am I doing again? Jadeite. So let's craft this. Quicksynth you. Winsbug can get full control of Charlotte. Honestly, I think that shouldn't be a bug. I genuinely believe that should probably just be how it is. I have always felt that the delay has been really, really dumb. Also, did I only craft one, or did I only gather enough for one? Quicksynth, okay. All three, all four. Those chains, by the way, I think them on paper, like them on paper, there's almost the PTP. I mean, the highlight of the PTB really was the solo queue, you know, quote-unquote buffs, the communication changes or Survivor UI update. On one hand, is it a good change? Abso-freaking-lutely. However, do I think that it solves the core issue with solo queue? No. In some cases, it just means that you now know what your teammates aren't doing. There's one point where, like, I could tell very early on that we were not going to survive the match. And the reason for that being was simply I looked when I was in chase and I saw 0 people on gens. Cool, we're not making it out alive. So does it solve some things? Yeah, absolutely. Wait, did I ever never make Tiger's Eye? Whew, okay. Also memory it up. I think that a lot of the UI changes, though, really good stuff, especially things like the recovery off of the ground. I think that is huge, knowing how recovered people are, rather than having to, like, mid-chase, run over a survivor to figure out, oh, they're only halfway freaking recovered. Well, that's miserable. So I think overall, like, really good updates. Do I think they could go a step further? Absolutely. Did I not get enough whetstones? Oh no. I don't think I did. outside of that, I'm trying to think. The nurse one is a welcome one. However, their add-ons are nuts. Jennifer's Last Breath is ridiculous and has so much potential to make Nurse even stronger and by no means weaker. Are we seriously missing one freaking... God dang it. Alright, we just need one Basilisk. Blue Fog, what time is it? 7. We have time before we need to do much, so let's head over here for one more Basilisk Whetstone. The night update, the 5% is nice. The 5% on guard kicks is nice. I still think that the main way in which I use Knight is probably the better of the strategies, which is used much more defensively in conjunction with perks like Call of Brine, where you leave the jailer down. The little bit of speed boost for long distance pathing is cute, but overall pretty inconsequential. I think the only time where it is applicable is if you're trying to push survivors off an unhook, or more accurately, stopping them from healing under a hook. I think that's where that change kind of shines a bit more. But otherwise, I think the Knight still needs a little bit work in the grand scheme of things. That was the first thing when I saw them, like, oh, they brought back a Mega Blink Nurse. Well done, behavior, well done. I was like, well, you know what? You done did it. Oh, I just realized something. I needed 2 of each of these. Well, alright, I guess we'll have to make more. Let's go with Final Appraisal, Muscle Memory. Now let's Innovation. I think what we said, what, 144 is the number we need to hit? Oh, we should have done Precise Touch there. That's fine, though. Actually, hold up real quick. This would get us 900. Yeah, so let's just do Great Strides, Blessing, and finish it out. Alright. So, we need 2 of these, which means, yeah, we can't do the Bangle. Let's do Final Appraisal, Muscle Memory. Excellent, Precise Touch then. Innovation. I'll read that in just one moment. 1,000, so Blessing and finish it out. Game mode would be good. Game modes would be good. So I don't think game modes in any capacity would be a good idea. And I know that might sound strange, but here is the reasoning. For those who don't know, and I've talked about it before in some capacity, but I used to play the game Evolve. Evolve was one of the first major asymmetrical games akin to Dead by Daylight. And so I recognize the fact that if in an instance Dead by Daylight were to split the queues by introducing more game modes, making it optional to go into this game mode or this game mode, it will kill the game. Like, there is no if, ands, or buts. If they split the queue, it will kill the game. I think the queue times would become ridiculously long. I think that it would just overall be a negative experience for almost everyone. I will say time and time again, please do not ever split the queues. It's unfortunate, but I think doing so would really just kill the game. So it is what it is. I would love to see them integrate more things into the game proper rather than individual game modes. But other than that, yeah. Okay, so we need raw material list for 2 of these. Okay, so let's grab some more basilisk eggs. We're just gonna go item by item now because I messed up when just trying to count it out and be smart. It's almost 9. Even FPSs, so a good example of where queue splitting actually was pretty bad as well, I would say would be Halo, actually. I remember many a time where there just be ridiculously long queues in some of like the later Halos because of the fact that there's so many playlists. And I think that's why Halo Infinite didn't bring back as many, because they saw how sparse some of those queues could be. And though it's never great to take things away, you always want to add more. And so it absolutely left a sour taste in that player's player base. But I think based on what I've seen, it definitely was a necessary evil in that way. So that's my feelings and thoughts there. Other people have other feelings and thoughts in regards to that, but honestly, I think that is kind of the right move. Works in game design. He actually applied to PA Ring on Infuse and I talked to him about DB stuff, and they said they are going to stop DB in 2025. Let's talk about speculation. Is it possible? Absolutely. I think that, you know, there's a possibility that they could cash out and say, yep, we're done supporting DBD and move on to the next project. At the end of the day, that is a thing that can happen at any point in time. There's also the concept of Dead by Daylight 2, right? After that many years, looking at a new engine and whatnot is something that would be very possible. However, looking at all this, that is speculation at best, and without any concrete internal leak of an email or internal communication stating as such. That should be taken with a incredible grain of salt. And I understand that they are your friend, but realistically speaking, as much as I know you as a person within my chat, and you know your friend, you are then a, third-person source from a first-person source, and it's a game of broken telephone that can never go right. So that would be a big no-no, especially if they sign an NDA in order to go through the interview process. So probably something, if your friend did actually say that and did actually tell you that, might be something you want to keep on the quiet list, just in case anyone who actually would care to even investigate that would hear it. But with that being said, all in all, speculation at best. It's, unless I were to see anything concrete, I would take that with an incredible grain of salt. Will you guys attack me? I don't think you will, because I'm 14 levels above you. Yeah, I don't think so. What are they doing? That's right, I was doing fending things. It's probably 9 o'clock, isn't it? Aorazine time, that is. So we need you. We need Jadeite, though. So let's just quick synthol the Jade. It is in fact 9. So let's gather, and I think we need, let's see, there's Trillium, there's Rosemary, and then Apricot. Apricot. Yep, apricots are ready to go. But also, I think even without the idea that someone got an inside source at Behavior to state that they are done with DBD come 2025, I think everyone who plays any game should anticipate the fact that a developer can end support for a game at any time for any reason. A great example, going back to what I was saying earlier, is Evolve. Evolve killed itself, specifically around split queuing, in addition to not balancing their freaking game for whatever reason after a DLC. For those who didn't play Evolve, Wraith came out, and Wraith, the monster, not the Dead by Daylight killer, was a powerhouse of a monster. And it was all the queues ever saw, to the point that players got burnt out and stopped playing. Mix that with the fact that they had split queues and it was a nightmare waiting to happen, and the nightmare came to pass, and so did Evolve. So that's something to always keep in mind when you're playing a game. Even Final Fantasy XIV, for as successful as it has been, could just drop dead tomorrow, right? So that's always something to like keep in the back of your mind when playing something, especially long term. Developers are a dime a dozen, unfortunately, and sometimes they can go under really quickly without any any notice. THQ, yeah, THQ was a great example of that. So, you know, food for thought in that regard. All right, what was I doing? Fending things. So, do I have everything we need for this? Yes. So I'll switch over to Goldsmith. Synthos. I should have used Precise Touch, but I'm not too bothered. Oh, excellent. Yeah, Blessing. Pop it. Move on. Wraith was wicked OP. It's why I actually really enjoyed... Am I stupid or something? I am stupid. Cool. But I'm not that stupid. I was like, did I seriously not grab enough materials for 2 of these? Okay. Let me make sure real quick. Yeah, so I only have 1 Bangle Offending. I need 2 Bangle Offendings. Yeah, I actually honestly really like the OG monster. I think it was called Goliath. It was a lot of fun. Honestly, I really enjoyed Evolve, and to this day, I forgot to update it to 2 and not 1, because I'm a dummy. To this day, my wish, honestly, is that another developer... Oh, my stuff is broken. Well, that's a rip. Well, right by Lemsa anyways. So let's head over there. My hope and wish really is for another developer at some point in time to pick up the Evolve IP and like recreate it, because it was honestly really good. It could have been fleshed out so much more than what it was. I think it had an opportunity to be like the first real big ASIM game. It's just really unfortunate that THQ kind of floundered in some really key development decisions, resulting in the death of the game. Who dis? Ah, this is the person that I helped out with, no, is that the person I helped out with a fishing pole? I want to say it might be. I can't remember. Oh, I could have just used the freaking shard and gotten over to Mender. Oh well. Take a quick walk. Take a quick walk, why don't we? Alright, so at this point in time, how many do I has? I has 1 Fending. I need another Fending though. Playing Evolve like 2 weeks before it stopped its service. It was so disappointing. It really was. It was one of my favorite games, honestly. I absolutely love that game. Okay though. So Fending. And we want you. There's another one. Okay, use Precise Touch, but honestly I'm not too bothered. Games that stopped their service didn't EA stop Titanfall 1 service a while back. Yeah, but that was like after Titanfall 2 was already out. Now, I will say, I heard something strange today. Is Titanfall 3 in development? Has anyone else heard like any whispers or rumors of a leak of that sort? Because I heard that earlier today. I'm like, excuse me? Which was, and also like a Crisis 4, a Titanfall 3. Now, once again, when it comes to any speculation or leak like that, I always take it with a grain of salt. But I heard it and I'm like, that can't be real, right? There's no way that's real. And so I'm very skeptical, but also kind of hopeful. Because for me, Crisis 4, for those who don't know, back way when, I was a huge Crisis fan and actually was a really well-known player on the multiplayer servers for Crisis 2. Was part of a clan called Shoot to Kill, S2K. I know, pretty generic for a FPS, but would actually do like GB battles and stuff like that and had so much freaking fun with that game. So I'm actually genuinely hopeful that there is a Crisis 4 and that the multiplayer is not garbage like Crisis 3 was, because the freaking multiplayer in Crisis 3 was literally the worst garbage I've ever played, and I am disappointed at the fact that I bought that game solely for the multiplayer and was as disappointed as it was. Is Apex Legends. You know, I was thinking about this earlier, like, I want to say earlier in the week, maybe yesterday. I was like, you know what they could just do, and like quiet everyone who wants a Titanfall game, is literally just come out with one legend, and their ultimate is simply calling down a Titan. That'd be it, just calling down a bare bones Titan. And like, yeah, you could theoretically run around and like shoot people, and maybe you'd give it a freaking pea shooter so your damage wouldn't be insane, and make it really easy for other champions to just jump on its back and throw in a grenade, so it's high risk, high reward. I think that'd be kind of sick. Like, imagine just Apex Legends, even if it's just like for one day, just become pseudo Titanfall. I would actually like load up Apex Legends again for that. Gold. Nothing over here that's gonna try and kill me, right? Basilisk is 49. Yeah, we're good. I plan on making a legend to be an actual pilot, not like Ash or Valkyrie, but like a full-on pilot with wall running, double jumping. Ooh. I mean, that's kind of what we were looking for in Pathfinder. For those who don't know, when I did play, I was a Pathfinder main, and I remain to this day because I do enjoy my friend Pathfinder. So that's interesting. I'm very curious to see what that looks like. The biggest thing is that so here's the thing, for someone who played as much Titanfall as I did, my only concern with that concept, right, is that the maps are not made with wall running in mind, right? And so my major concern there is that you're just not gonna get a lot of utility out of it. So I don't know, as much as I like the concept, I don't know if that would be like something that I, as someone in Titanfall, oh not Titanfall, Apex Legends, would actually utilize, right? Like, that was the whole thing with the Titanfall map design, which was actually really, really good. That's one thing that I actually will give huge credit to developers at Respawn, was like the map design for Titanfall was kind of nuts. I remember I played a crap ton of Capture the Flag in Titanfall, and literally I found paths that went from one side of the map to the other without touching the ground. All I did was wall run to wall run to wall run, and I would just go yoink, and I'd be off the other side. In addition to that, I remember like some of my favorite memories in Titanfall was like TF2. There's one map that was like desert, and there's these high walls that were really close together. And so what I would end up doing, and I remember these times where both flags would be out, and basically you'd have to just hold on to the flag and survive until the other flag bearer is killed and the flag is returned. I remember just literally holding out as like a pack of Titans is chasing me as I run wall run back and forth, just bouncing and dodging shots. It was one of the most satisfying things ever. And like other pilots wall running at me to try and kill me. Honestly, Titanfall was a ton of fun, and I actually would be really, really happy if we ever saw a new one. All right, we got all the right side gear now. Cool, now we need the left side gear. So raw materials list. Tea leaves, oh, we just need the skins, I see. So in that case, what time is it? It's 1 p.m. So it's not time for gathering just yet. Let's go back to Lemsa. Let's grab the leather. Okay. How much leather do Az need? So we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 leather. We need 8 leather. So we need to make 2. Archaeonoris. Of course. Leather. We need 8. 8, 8, 8. Wow, that's expensive. I'm gonna grab 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. Cool. Alright. So, I believe I need to be a armorer for this. We got the nuggets, we got the leather, we need the ingots, which means I actually need to be a goldsmith again. Goldsmithy, crafting, quicksand, all 4. Pretty sure we need 8. Yeah, like I said, on one hand, I did a good job in the sense that I got all the materials for 1 set, but I didn't account for the fact that I need 2 sets, because, you know, I'm normally just making it for me, myself, and I, and not 2 retainers. I also need to get rid of some things in my inventory real quick, because I do be running out of space. Independent jeweler. I don't want to sell my food. I guess I'll sell... Nah, I won't sell my food. I will instead sell... cotton canvas, the raptor skin. My bronze piece and my silver piece. Love that. I think we're good for now. Okay. Alright, let's start making the first set of fending gear. Alright, we need to be in armor. That would make sense. Oh, we missed an excellent. I'm a freaking idiot. Precise touch. That'd be 900. Yep, that is enough. Great strides, blessing, and 1 basic synth to close it out. Alright, let's then make the dark steel rings. Crafting, we need the dark steel nugget. We need the quicksynth. We can quicksynth 2 of these. 2 of these would work. Because 1 per set of rings, I think. Fendin. Crafting. Oh, I've never made dark steel rings before. Look at that. Oh, we'll just muscle memory it out. Alright. Go back to Fendin, and let's synth up this piece. Precise touch. And ovation, precise touch. And a lot of good conditions, we love it. And let's finish it out with basic synth. Alright, and then let's do the same with the gauntlets. What? Oh. I was really confused there for a second. Precise touch. And an excellent to close it out. Okay, and we need just this one more. Oh, do I not have enough mithrite nuggets? Oh, you gotta be joking me. Do I have enough materials to make more? I do not. Alright, let's do 2 things. Do I have any... Do I have any prisms on me? Glamour prisms? I have 1 glamour prism. Okie dokie. I want to do this. So I need, here's what I need to do. What time is it? 5 p.m. So we need to do 2 of these. Raw material list for 2. A 19 more mithrite sand. Let's go out here and do that. We need 4 more electromore. Yeah, I thought I was being smart and counting everything out, and then I forgot to freaking multiply by 2. I also just realized I need 4 rings of fending. I'm smart sometimes. Right now is not one of those moments. Either that or I'm just very sleepy, which also might be the case. I still need to freaking bike for 5 miles tonight after stream. For those who don't know or weren't here when I mentioned it, I've been exercising more, which is really rough when you have a disability that causes you chronic fatigue after exertion. So I've been exhausted lately. So I'm up to 5 miles every weekday right now. Which has been a pretty nice thing to like get back into. I used to be really active prior to me breaking my leg, and then obviously that never really came back after when I then was diagnosed with chronic fatigue. I'll just hit this, grab all the sand we can. We're at 16. We just need 3s more. I'll just grab more mithrite sand. Alright, we need the electromore, but we need to come back here again, because we are going to need to get more for this, right? It's another 15. We got 25. For this it is 15, but 230. But apparently we have enough where we don't need it, so I guess we need another 30 per. So 15, 35, 50. So we need 50 more sand, is what I'm understanding them. Let's do that then. Right now we have 25, so we need to hit 75 sand. It's 5 p.m. Where we can grab ourselves our rosemary for our cordials. So we do want to do that soon. But let's try and finish this out first. Alright, so what's over here? Not getting a lot of good nodes. Alright, yeah, once we get 75, then we'll go grab the rosemary. After that, then we'll continue mining our way through.
「
63. So this pair of nose should probably be the last we need. Potentially the second to last if we don't get lucky. This will bring us up to 71, so we only need 4 more, as long as my math was correct. Which we should be able to guarantee here. Okay, perfect. So in that case, let's look up rosemary, 9 knives, head over here, where we can just grab that real quick. We'll have to wait for our cordial to go off cooldown, but that should happen before we get there. At least I do think so. I want to pop our cordial. We still actually might be too far below for a blessed harvest, though. Oh, interesting. Is there any other trees I can hit for some crystals, I guess, or just fly around until we get to 100? Yeah, by the time we're to land, we'll be fine. Alright, let's pop that cordial. That's 400. We got the 500, so that way we can do the blessed harvest too. That's 7 per hit now. Alright, and we are good. Alright, so we got all the mithril sand that we need. Crafting. Actually, I guess let's go back to fending. We need 3, 7, 10. And we need 10. We need 10 mithril ore. Let's go to Gilty Desert. Let's grab that then. And then after that, we'll just need electrum. Hopefully. And then we'll just need to finish up another 2 rings and we'll actually, hopefully, be done. Weather right now, fog. Okay. I was wondering why it was so strange right now. Alright. I was not expecting this to take as long as it did because, like, oh, I got my math right. Well, let's do one big gathering sweep and then craft it out and we'll be good. And then I'm like, oh, I'm just an idiot. Okay. So 10 of you. Yeah, let's grab the 8. And then from there, we can head on over to another node and grab 2 more. Should be easy enough. Hello, Hab. We're little cacturn friends. Alright, I only want 2. Okay. So now, not jadeite, we don't want jadeite right now. So raw materials list, we need 4. We got the dark steel, so that's fine. 8, 12, 16. 16 electrum ore, supposedly. Let's grab 16 electrum ore. And so I think that'll be it for the armor. However, we still need some more materials for the last 2 rings. Because we messed that up too. So we made 2, but we needed 4. We need 16. Alright, 12. I'm gonna pop a cordial real quick. $14, 16. Okay. Let's start here, head back to Limsa, start putting some gear on our retainers. I think that's gonna be the first step so we can free up some space in our inventory. Alright. So, with that, go to armor. What in the world is going on? I don't even know. I'm just gonna do this real quick. Log details, chat. I'm just going to have tell alliance and party. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, go. Okay, dokie. Fending real quick. We need to make one of these. But first, we need to craft all of these. What am I set to? Armor craft? I'm set to armor craft. Alright, let's sit here and wait for a second while I do that. 595, yeah, so we have a long while until we need to go gathering again, at least for our cordial ingredients. I promise we're going to soft cap our culinarian very soon. And we got a little bit roadblocked by my snafus. Alright, perfect. That's done and dusted. Once again, let's go back to fending. We're going to craft this. Precise touch. Precise touch. And I think the blessing will close it out. If it didn't, we would have had an excellent to finish it off with anyways. Alright, we're good. So there's the Sabatons. So let's do this. Summoning Bell. Let's give you your gear. So inventory. So we got fending, 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 earring, bracelet, ring, and ring. May not wear the same ring? Apparently not. So that's the right ring, but we can't give them the same one on the left ring. Good news, that kinda works out. Also, just realized we don't have legs. Hold up, what? We made the Sabatons, we made the hands. I guess that's right. For example, no, I still have like a skirt. But I don't think there's a skirt of fending. So we do need to figure that out. Let's unequip that one. And unequip that. We need a necklace and a ring. As well as a main hand. This is actually such more of a process than I was expecting, for God's sake. Okay. Well, let's do this. Let's close it out, because we no longer have any fending gear. We need to finish out the fending gear for our other one, right? So let's make the ingots. Need to be a goldsmith for that. Alright, done and dusted there. So let's then move back to armor, fending, and we have none of this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cool. So let's do this then. Quality will get us significant boost here, great strides. Alright, we got the helmet. Up next is this. Let's go precise touch. Not that it really matters in the grand scheme of things, but, you know, we'll do it just for the fact that we want to be efficient. Okay, let's do one of these. As I said, do I need to worry about the precise touch, at least for this gear? Probably not. We get there without issue. Alright, and last but not least... Alright, so now the Sabatons are done and dusted. So we have the majority of what we need to then give to you. So let's at least give you your gear. Okay, we got that, we got that, we got this. And we need to give you the ring as well. Funny enough... Oh, this is the one that's on my character, I see. Okay. So there's the Ring of Fending at 115. Everything should be level 115. Perfect. Alright, still saying at 72, probably because this year is holding down significantly. So from here, we now need to give them a new axe. Level 51 War Axe. So raw material list for 2 of these. So let's go grab all of the things. So we need to get more mithril sand, shocker. Need more leather. Not sure what the flesh is for though. Is for Void Cube, which we can actually make. So that's fine. That is fine. Alright, let's grab another 15 of this. 4 mithril ore. We actually did set it to 2, so we should be good. I'm hoping that once we upgrade their axes, they'll be over 100, and that we won't need to make them a necklace and another ring, but I guess we'll have to wait and see. I didn't realize that I was using a ring of fending. Guess it'd be on, like, my warrior? I was gonna say, no, maybe it's my Dark Knight. He's using a ring of fending. My gunbreaker. Who in the world is actually using that? It's supposedly being used on someone. Oh, it's on Samurai. Oh, it's on my Samurai. That actually makes a bit of sense. Kind of. Kind of makes sense. Alright, well, let's grab 15 sand. It's been such an arduous process, I swear. Alright, let's grab the 8. I was thinking this would be like, oh, it'll take me 30 minutes or so. Nope, I made a ton of snafus, and it's been taking a lot longer than I expected. Alright, so that was 8. So in that case, pop this, pop this. So this will be 7 more. So we just do this bountiful yield. That is if I didn't have quick gather on. That's a rip, but oh well. Not the end of the world. River's meat. Yeah, I was thinking that it was over here, so I didn't want to go out beforehand. We'll buy the flesh and the flesh, so I'm not too worried about that. I could send my retainers out on an adventure for that, but not feeling like it. And we need 10 cedar logs. Alright, let's pop you and you. So that is 3, 6, 10. Perfect. Let's grab our 4 from the Gilty Desert. And I guess head back to Lemsa so we can buy the leather and the flesh so we can make the void glue. And then hope to hell that will average to 100 plus so we can send them on the ventures. I mean, it's been a long time coming, I guess, since I should have updated their item level. At some point, you either need to buy stuff for them that's really expensive, or make it yourself, which is what we ended up doing. Honestly, if me teleporting around so much, probably could have just bought it for just as much. Probably not actually, but still. Okay. So for real this time, we might actually be good. So let's go to Lanacia, lower deck. Buy 6 we need to buy flesh. Why is it chaos at the freaking crystal right now, I swear? It's like more so than usual. Flesh. Not glesh, flesh. 6. Sure. Pudding flesh. figure out how much leather we need. In X, we need 2 leather. Arch, AO, leather. We need 2. Sure. Okie dokie. In that case, let's craft everything we need. So, I guess goldsmith or smith. Smithing should be. I wasn't meaning to actually make this myself, mind you, but oh well. How many do I need? I need 4 of these, so I need 3 more. Okay. Dark steel nuggets. I really need to figure out how do I do this? I need 4 of those as well. Glad I got that extra dark steel. Alright. We need 2 void glue. Let's switch to alk. Alright, perfect. And then we need to switch over to carpenter, where we need 2 lumber. Okay, and last but not least, we need to switch back over to blacksmith for the actual axes themselves. Got everything we need. Let's make them high quality. Should have hit the precise touch, but much like the armor, I think we're fine. We are indeed. Alright, and let's craft 1 more. And that's 450. Let's do the great strides, just to make sure that it gets to the full 100%. Okay. So, moment of truth then. Let's go over to the summoning bell and see what's what. Inventory, we're still only 86. That is rough. So let's quit here. And then give you some gear. So give you the war axe as well. So if that's the case, looking at this real quick. 86 average. Can we bring it up enough of level 49 gear? So we need a neck piece and another ring. Let's see. I guess would it be goldsmith for necklace? Level 51 necklace? Let's see. All necklace. Oh, there is one offending. Mithrite necklace offending, but it's 53 is the problem. Well, ain't that a son of a... Interesting. And then... ring. I guess we would need to go Yeti Fang, but that's also 53. And then... let's see, it would be Armorcraft 53. Let's see, shield, head, body, hands, and feet. I guess we got everything there, but like I have legs. I wonder if it's weaver or leatherworker for legs. Yeah, it is weaver for legs. Take a look at this. Striking, scouting, aiming, casting, healing, and fending is 52. Rip. So in that case, I guess let's try this. Yeah, highest level's like 44. Thought I clicked on 40 to 49. I guess I did, but I don't think it matters. So we might need to go down one lower. But I don't think we can, actually. It only goes up, not down. Interesting. So I guess maybe get them a couple levels higher, and then we would be good. Because even if I were to give them... let's say, what's the highest level here? We have this. Would that take out the feet? I think it would. So we need to do like the trousers. Brings us up to 89. Let's see, I think it's like horn necklace that we were using before. We guess we do have some stuff here, but 91. Maybe it would be just enough to upgrade their rings, I suppose. Raptor skin rings, that's for crafting. 94. Okay, so let's do this then. Let's just buy whatever the highest is for the battlecraft and then the jewelry. So legs looks to be 44, 40, 44. So let's do 2 of these woolen trousers. And then we need 2 necklaces and 2 rings. I think the jeweler's in the next area. This took so much longer than I wanted it to. Like an hour and a half. I was thinking like, oh yeah, just 30 minutes, it'll be fine. We'll do it quickly. I'll make it all myself. It'll be great. Lies. Where is the jeweler? Guildcraft, Battlecraft. How did I feel like it was over here? But I guess maybe not. Oh, the phone. What the hell were we doing? Independent culinarian, battlecraft supplier, an apothecary, tradecraft supplier, jeweler. Necklace. Oh, is the highest literally the 27? Oh, you gotta be joking me. And then the ring is the horn ring at 29. I guess let's grab 2 horn rings then and just see if that works. Alright. Need some gear. Gear. You can use trousers and the ring. And then the necklace. The horn necklace. It doesn't get us there anyways. That's so rough. If we send you on an adventure, field exploration, we can do the level 50, but not the 51 then. I guess that's what we're gonna do in that case. Just get them to 52, 53, and continue with the fending gear. Let's go with the retainer, horn ring, and then the horn necklace. I'll at least get them to 94, so we're very close. Just need to get them some fending legs, and then necklace. Yeah, fending. Yeah, because then we start looking at the titanium at 54, 55. The full set's 55. There's the mask. And then next set is 57, 58. Circlet. Oh, that's the headpiece. Okay. Ear blades of fending is 52. The necklace is what we need at 53. And Yeti Fang ring at... Actually, I guess we have to look at the actual levels. Level 52, level 52. Though there are 53 that we have to make, it's 52 itself. That makes sense. 54, 4, 4, 4. So I guess this is, yeah, the next set thereafter that we might have to make for them at some point if the level requirement is high enough. But we need to get them to 52 for the next 2 fending pieces, and then they should actually be at 133. Oh, actually, wait a second. I want fending gear, right? Do we have, like, legs of fending for Weaver? Let's see. Clothcraft, yeah. Woolen trousers of fending. Actually... Oh, no, it's item level 49. Never mind. That is not what we need. I guess it'd be the Holy Rainbow, which would be at 52. Yeah. Okay. Really nothing after that, though. Interesting. I wonder if it's because after that we start getting into the sorlets again, which, if I'm not mistaken, replace the feet and the legs. Yeah, I think that is the case. Could be wrong, though. All right, we'll figure it out when we get there, though. All right, well, for now, that's all done and dusted. It is 5 a.m. Aorzine time, which means we need to go and quickly grab some Trillium, if I'm not mistaken. Trill. It'll patch at 5 a.m. Next gathering time will be 9 a.m. And then we'll move on to our culinarian. Which reminds me, I'm just going to sell some stuff out of my inventory because we are really full up. I also need to make some, maybe I should just buy some glamour prisms. I could make them, but I might just buy them to offload the few things that we have in our inventory as is. So maybe I'll do that. My retainers did grab some stuff while they were out and about during their quick ventures. Which I will want to send them on, but I don't have enough venture tokens right now, so... Alright, cool. So this is there. Back to Limsa we go. Actually, maybe we should wait to do that because we're gonna want to grab royal eggs. And we just need a Sema partisan. If we look at Fisher, fishing guide, we want Sema. Wait, what? What? There's Sema. Does the search function just not work? Confused. Records. Oh. I don't really care about records. I just want the Sema partition. I think this more has gotten into ocean fishing than what I want. Yeah. Maybe Sema partition? Sema partition. Looks like it is in any of these places at Featherfall. Or Falcon's Nest, rather. So, Corthus, Falcon's Nest, and then either any one of these. And I want to say we need to use a Brute Leech, question mark? Preferred bait, Stonefly Nymph. Alright, well, let's do this. Start making our way towards one of those pools. In the meanwhile, check with Saddlebag. Stonefly Nymph. I think what it looks like. Chocobo Fly. Alright, Unfrozen Pond. Looks like we can go there. We actually don't have any Stonefly Nymphs, but I know that they will bite on something else instead. Oh, funny. That one actually doesn't. I actually need to go to this one. It shows all of them on the map, but we specifically want this. Preferred bait, Stonefly. I guess I'll have to look up specifically what I need in that case for the Sema partition, and then we'll just buy the egg. Maybe I should just bought the partition, but I like actually gathering my own ingredients if I can help it. It gives me something to do rather than just stare at a market board. Because I don't have it in my inventory now. Let's take a look then. Because I know that other bait does work, even if the game itself says otherwise. Sema partition, patrician, and Brute Leech. A Brute Leech will work. I wonder, I guess it's showing it's preferred. But I wonder why it doesn't just tell you, like, all the options. Alright, we'll surface slap to thin out the potential candidates. And clams, so surface slap. There's a decent amount of things here, it looks like. Interesting. Special conditions. SEMA, perfect. That's exactly what we wanted. I got to go this way. I guess we can just distance it. Alright, and let's go grab the egg. Culinarian. Royal eggs. And now we just need the Okeanis egg. And we'll craft it up. Okeanis. One, and done. Do I have any better gear? I do, in fact, have better gear. Alright, let's, in that case, make our royal eggs. We got the hollandaise sauce, we got the muffin. Let's synth it up. Appraisal, muscle memory. A basic synth. Yep, we're good there. So let's push innovation. $400's not enough. However, yeah, let's just do standard. The Master's Mend. 330, we'll close it out. And let's finish up the real eggs. Perfect. Should have also had popped my engineering manual. Forgot to do so. On here though, let's grab prism. We want glamour prisms, and yeah, let's grab 99. Why the hell not? Alright, let's go to Daft Castle. We're gonna finally trade in our supply mission. We're going to get some items out of our inventory as well. That was freaking blinding is what that was. Holy hell. Let's put these into our glamour chest if we have them. If we don't have them, that is. Okay, so we're good there. Don't have anything in our inventory. None of these are things that I would wear right now. Yep. Yep. We already have that one. Already have that one. Yep. And yep. Okay, so what that means now is we can trade both of those in as special missions as well for more stuff and things, which I'm very happy about. So, provision mission, expert delivery. I only want hide gear set items. I only want these things. It is arm gauntlets. Let's see. Manor scale fingers. And arm gauntlets. And then we got a supply mission of the royal eggs. That gets us to 60. We love it. Okay. So we got our next job quest for Culinarian. We're at level 60. This will wrap up the Heavensward quest line, if I'm not mistaken. Also, I think that should mean we can use Master Culinarian 3. Surely it does. You love that. One thing that I forgot to do, I need to buy some ventures. As well as 33 filtered water. Speaking of, it's almost 9. I want to go and grab more apricots. Actually, yeah, we can do that pretty easily because that's Summer Ford, and Summer Ford is like right nearby. So materials, filtered water, 33 of those. That's not very much. And then I also need ventures. How many can I get? I can only get 5. Okay. Yeah, I need to get more storm seals is what I need to do. That is what I need to do. Okay, let's, in that case, quickly go grab our apricots. And then we'll just take the route back into Lemsa in the joining area down there. So we can continue our culinarian quest line, finishing out the Heavensward job quests. And then moving into Stormblood, where we should get quickly soft capped at around the level 63, if not at the level 60. Alright, let's do Blessed Harvest. Go swinging. I think right now our only limiting factor is in fact our filtered water, because we can get as much out as we need. Probably do the quick something of this after stream is done. Alright, but let's go over here to the joining area. Because if I was to make cordials right now, I could quick send, well, only 4, but yeah, limiting factor, filtered water, aloe thereafter. So we're good there. We got plenty of ingredients for 99 stacks, or a stack of 99 rather. Okay though. Let's go back to Culinarian. Here's all good. And we're gonna go up to the Aft Castle. And here we go. I'm wondering if after we finish this, if I'm even going to bother attempting to get to 63 on Culinarian or not. We'll see. It's begun! Rose, the Delmont d'Or. In case you didn't already know, Master Delmont is notoriously difficult to impress. In the entire history of the contest, no one has ever been awarded the 10 full points. And even respected chefs typically get only 4. This time, I believe it will be a 2-chocobo race between you and Hasiatia. Now then, before you do aught else, you will need to know the particulars, such as main ingredients and theme. Please go to the Bismarck and have them from Master Delmont. Delmont? Alright, so what we'll do is go back to the Aft Castle, teleport to the Culinarians Guild. There you are, my friend. According to the registry, you are our final contestant. This year, the main ingredient is meat. It matters not what kind is to be used in the main course, which you must present with an appetizer and a dessert. As for the theme, it is hospitality. Prepare your dish in the spirit of this theme, then present them to the council member yonder. Best of luck to you. Yep, then we go back to Melcoco. Let's go back to Aft Castle. I don't know why, maybe it's just the angle, but them using that just looked like them smashing a glass on their face. Which basically is what you do. It's smashing it over your head, more or less, but still. Meat and hospitality. Bugger, this is a tough one. The main ingredient is as broad as they come, and the theme is abstract to boot. It also worries me that you're the last contestant. Among other things, Master Delmont is famous for his bottomless stomach, and even he would be hard-pressed to keep his appetite whetted after endless plates of meat. Well, I suppose we'll just have to trust to his objectivity. Now then, what do you have in mind for an appetizer? Something to aid digestion, light and gentle. Ooh. Something to aid digestion would make sense if we're the last contestant, being mindful of what they had eaten prior. Ah, indeed, in which case I believe mushrooms are a sound choice. Yes, let's go with the light and refreshing moral salad. Moving on, what will you do for the all-important main course? A dish that satisfies the texture, flavorful and succulent. What will it fit the bill? Oh, I have it. Deep-fried okeanos. Now for this dish, the breeding is the key to success, but it's also very difficult to get right. Please ensure that it turns out light and crisp. The breading, not breeding. And last but not least, the dessert. Your somal tart was so well received. What do you think about making it again? Something small and decisively sweet. A simple dish with a simple flavor. Ah, so something that can be enjoyed even on a full stomach, in which case I wholeheartedly recommend serving marron glace. And with that, our courses aside, the rest is up to you, Rose. When you have prepared all 3 dishes, present them to the contestant council member at the Bismarck. I shall pray for your success. So, I want to say we actually have a few of these. So deep fried, we do. The salad. Do we not have the salad? We might not, in fact. Legs. Interesting. Looks like we might not have the moral salad. And unfortunately, our glace is not high quality. So we need salad. We've made it before, but yeah, for some reason I don't have what I need. Seeing lettuce, summer ford, emerald beans, leonard colony, and sesame seed. Okay. So let's go grab this then. Hi.
Tiny terror time. He has been such a tiny terror tonight.
Has the butter boy been a tiny terror? Have you been a menace, Butter? What have you been doing? What have you been doing to make Frankie so upsetting? Have you been trying to get into sync? As in, like, on top of the TV, or just this? Oh, okay.
I'll show you later. It'd be a lot more easier.
Yes, do not go on top of the TV, Butterboy. Do not get any ideas. Otherwise, I will tape you to a wall. Alright. You're mine now. Ha 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 ha. He's looking around like, what is going on? You wanna do a quick dance for chat? You do a little kitty dance? Alright. He's like, I want down now. Thank you. Alright. So let's go grab the beans. Let's go to Zenith. We'll grab the lettuce, the sesame seed, and then attempt to make the salad a high quality. The only hard part, if I remember correctly, with this salad is that there is nothing outside of the olive oil which can be made high quality, which thankfully we do have a high quality olive oil on hand. So we'll take that as a blessing in disguise. Remember that it is a hidden item, so we'll probably have to end up using Luck of the Pioneer. Looks like there should be a vegetation patch right down here. All over the counter, entertainment stand, and all the side tables. You know, he just wanted to help was all. Emerald beans, ready to be gotten. Perfect. Anything that we need for the glaze here? Dark chestnuts, Trevanian forelands, cooking sherry. We can get the birch sap. We might want to make high quality, which would be Invorsane Seron. So I think we're good there for right now. So let's grab the lettuce and Summerford. And then the sesame seeds thereafter. Because I don't think there's anything out here that we need for the glaze. We need just a singular lettuce. We'll grab the 2 and the fire shards thereafter. Alright, actually this works out that we're going to OK Zundu, as we need something from this area for the other one as well. So let's grab this. It might be the birch. And the glaze. Raw materials list. We need the dark chestnut, the cooking sherry. However, like I said, I want to get that birch sap, I think, so we can make it high quality, or try to at least, because that would be quite helpful. We only need 1 sesame seed. We'll grab what's there though. So is it? No, so it is for the bird sap. Oh, that's what I wanted. Yeah, they're in, and it's down here. It's a little bit far away, but we'll fly. It's not like I would call it equidistant between where we are and Camp Cloud Top and where it is, but it's close enough. I'll say it's further down on the main area, not up. Alright, and then a cooking sherry, I want to say, can be bought either for scripts or... Is it for seals? It might be for seals, which would be a little bit unfortunate, because we might not have enough. We need 3 dark chestnuts, and then 3 sap, and then this. Should be right below us. Looks like below us. There you go. Alright, 3 sap. 1, 2, 3. Perfect. Alright, let's go to Tailfeather for the 3 dark chestnuts, and then we'll head back to Lemsa for the cooking sherry, craft it all up, and hope that we get our high qualities. We should, but keywords there. Remember that the dark chestnut is marked as hidden, so once again we might need to use Luck of the Pioneer to help us out just a wee bit. Yep, so Luck of the Pioneer, and Pop Pioneer, and Fire Crystals thereafter. Let's return to Lemsa, and then see if we can get the cooking sherry. Either that or it's sour red. Let's see if you sell sour red. So yeah, the cooking sherry actually could be in one other location. Let's check the script exchange. It's either that or Maelstrom. I'll find out in a second though. It's like a level, is it level 50 exchange? It's like, what is it? Crafters, material, miscellaneous. Not there. Materials. Not there. 60. Not there. 70. Not there. This might be actual materials. Materia, no. Crafters. Oh, we're in gatherers. I'm freaking dumb. Level 50 materials. The cooking tray should be here. Don't see it though. Not there. Crimson pepper. Not there. Okay, so it looks like it might actually not be here. Which is good and bad in its own right, because I do not have a lot in the way of seals. So I can't find it. I need the location, then it's gonna buy it. Okay, I only have 141. Why do I feel like it's 200 for cooking cherry? Alright, let's take a look. Materials. Cooking cherry, it's 20, not 200. It has 1 0 off, but still. Okay, so we're good there. So let's do the glaze, which we want to first craft some birch sap. So final appraisal, muscle memory, precise touch, synth, master's mend, tricks of the trade, waste not, precise touch. We need 56. 63, so now we need to do hasty touches. Alright, great strides. Blessing. We got it. That is going to go a whole long way to helping us out here. Alright, final appraisal, muscle memory, synth, and 80 will get us there. Master's Mend, innovation, and let's go through innovation cycle. I think we are in the clear. Yep, so 320 will get there. Alright, and last but not least, we just need the moral salad. Olive oil is good, everything else is good. I was like, what do I not have? Appraisal, muscle memory. Okay, once again, we're good there. Master's Mend. Innovation. Touch. And the blessing will get us there. Oh. I was off by 40 on my math, and I'm really glad that I did not mess that up. Okay. We're good, though. We're good. We're okay. I absolutely had a small heart attack where I listened to the sound, looked away, I was expecting to hear the cha-ching, cha-ching, you know, kind of money or completion noises, and I was like, why did I not hear it? Why did I not hear it? Why did I not hear it? Uh-oh, uh-oh, uh-oh. If your dishes are ready, I shall lay them out for Master Delmont. All right, moment of truth, friends. Here comes Tia. I was just awarded the highest score in the history of the Delmont d'Or. The Bismarck is as good as mine. Aren't you getting ahead of yourself? Rose can still beat your 9 bloody points. Ha! Master Delmont will never award a perfect 10. It would be tantamount to declaring that his legend has been surpassed, not a decision to be made lightly. I mean, it could still end in a tie. Then it would be a moot point. Without further ado, I mean, he looked pleased on that first bite, so I'm happy to see that. Jesus, he ate it all. He really does have a bottomless stomach, doesn't he? Master Delmont, the score, if you would. 8 points, meaning the victory goes to... Oh, 9? No, it's 9 points. We have a tie at the highest score ever awarded. Oh. Are you gonna see 10? Yeah! Perfect 10, and I love that. Oh, the noise that came with it. We have a winner! Rose Hunt for the first perfect 10 in history. Suck it, Tia. How can this be? Master Delmont, you were shaking your head. It was not out of disappointment, I assure you. Nay, I was simply coming to terms with reality. The reality that a culinarian has finally appeared who surpassed me. He is in food heaven right now, and I understand. Oh, Jesus, that face. First of all, the appetizer. After a long day of judging, the mushrooms helped absorb the grease that had collected in my stomach, giving it a new lease on life, an act of consideration worthy of the most devoted of mothers. What is this freaking cutscene? Then came the main course, sinking my teeth into the breading, delightfully light and crisp. My tongue was greeted with a harmony of flavors which burst forth from the suckling crust of Oceanus beneath. That great love once in making it tender was plain to my senses. And finally, dessert. Truth be told, by this time I was ripe to burst, but compact as it was, I could comfortably squeeze in the marron glace, whose concentrated sweetness served as the perfect accent to a wonderful meal. From the first bite to the last, I felt the spirit of hospitality. I love the little Moogle eating noises. That's adorable. And then brought up the heaven. Oh, I know that feeling, that freaking food high. Oh, it's amazing. In the end, it was Rose's interpretation of the theme which divided her from the field. Rather than striving to astonish with her handiwork, she kept the diner foremost in her mind. Consideration worthy of the most devoted mother. That is something you learn through the Shgardian beet soup. And it seems to me ye made the Okean especially tender by marinating it like ye when ye made the cockatrice meatballs for me friend. Tia, your dishes were magnificent. Make no mistake, none could doubt the great skill went into their creation. However, more so than a thing to be created, food is a thing to be eaten. You had forgotten this and made it all, and it made all the difference. I have lost. As promised, I'll give up being a culinarian. But I think that was not the right move there, Melcoco. Wait! Congratulations, my friend, and thank you. For the first time in a long while, I have tasted food that satisfied not only my senses, but my soul as well. I look forward to seeing you again, not as a judge and contestant, but as peers. Oh, that's awesome. I really enjoyed this questline, actually. As much as I freaking hate the Limsa, like, accent I had to throw on to, like, every single time I had to voice an NPC or character, this was actually a really fun questline. I enjoyed this. I really enjoy cooking, so this kind of tickles that fancy. Phew, the Bismarck save thanks to you. If Melcoco pulls that same shite again, though, I'm throwing her off the upper deck. But speaking of the girl, might be as he should check up on her and Tio. They went off in the direction of the missing member. Alright, well, let's teleport over to the aft castle in that case. Hello, Melcoco and Tia. You can't just give up. But you're the one who wanted me to. You made me swear it. I only did it because ye was shirking your duties. I wanted the old bee back. The one who'd work at his cooking every waking moment. Fool of a law fellow, I was shirking so I could prepare for the contest in secret. I didn't want to betray any hint of effort to my rivals, the unassailable champion. That's the aura I wanted to exude. So dreamy. I mean, I beg ye. Tia, don't give up being a culinarian. I can't bear the thought of not being able to eat your cooking no more. Well, if my melly belly insists, I suppose there ain't nothing for it but to keep doing what I do best. Will you keep it down? You've all had a gutful of your lover's farce. So you didn't win, that's too bad. What do you intend to do now? Captain, if you'll permit it, I would beg to leave of your service for a time. This adventurer possesses something I do not, and journeying the realm as she does, I hope that I will come to possess it as well. If that's what you want, then I won't stop ye, but what about Melcoco, eh? You're just gonna leave her behind? If you make her cry, I won't hesitate to make this place live up to its name. I must leave your side for a while, Mellybelly, but upon my honor, I swear that I'll return to you and make you proud. I know you will. I'll wait for you forever and a day. Mahasi B, there we go. Finally, some peace and quiet. I owe you an apology, Rose. It was wrong of me to embroil you in my personal affairs. But it wasn't all that bad. You were a positive influence upon Mahasi and me. Thanks to you, he was reminded what it means to be a culinarian, and I've come to love my job even more than I already did. All of this was made possible through your cooking. You've taken a humble thing and given it the power to change lives. Thank you, Rose, for being an inspiration to us all, and a belated congratulations for winning the Delmont d'Or. A more worthy champion there has never been. Like I said, I really enjoyed that quest line overall. That there ends Heavensward's culinarian quest line. Wait, what just happened? And they're gone! Alright, what time is it in game? Did I miss my Rosemary? I have until 8, so the answer is no. Close, but no. Let's grab that real quick. Not that I can do much with my ample supply of materials due to the fact that we need filtered water and I don't have any storm seals. I need to figure something out in order to get more. I guess I could do fates. That is a concept. Yeah, man. Serious music for gathering some rosemary. And one more. Okay, let's switch back to Culinarian real quick like, and looks like we are back in Lemsa. Alright. Let's see, is there any new stuff that I can put on? Nope, not just yet. Right back at... where are we at, actually? We are at the Culinarians Guild. So let's head up there real quickly. Hello, Linsgath. Lingsath, not Gath. Ah, good time at last. There's someone come calling as wants to meet our most decorated chef. That's you daft sod. Your snickering modesty aside, your visitors say he's an adventurer what took up cooking on that side, not unlike your good self. Owing to that, he sees ye as something of an inspiration. Any road, be a dear and go and say hello, would ye? You'll find him out by the dining area, a briny sort o' bloke named Ralph. By Ralgar, it's really you, the famous Rose Hunt in the flesh. I first heard about you through our adventuring exploits, and I was already plenty impressed. But then I learned that you were a renowned culinarian besides, and I knew that I had to meet you. You see, for a time I was also trying to make my way as an adventurer and a culinarian both, but I soon became apparent that I was spreading my limited talent too thin. So I decided to kiss the adventuring life goodbye and took up a post at Miss Rona's cafe at Revenant's Toll. The thing is, with or without distractions, it's not easy to succeed as a chef. It's a crowded profession, as I'm sure you can appreciate, and if I'm to make a name for myself, I can't be making what everyone else is making. Nay, I need to venture into unexplored territory. To that end, I came up with a brilliant idea. I'd incorporate Far Eastern dishes into our menu and cater to the domain residents of Revenant's Toll. Promising, right? Right? The thing is, brilliant idea or no, it's not easy to learn a foreign cuisine, and Far Eastern is just about as foreign as they come. It's plain I'm going to need help and the well-traveled sort. And so I decided to turn to the most accomplished adventuring culinarian I know, you, Rose. Now, I realize you're a busy woman. We've only just met. If you say no, I won't think ill of you. But if you'd be so kind as to help out a brother, I'll be waiting for you at Revenant's Toll. Jeez, I've freaking been reading enough Lingsath to start saying help instead of help. That doesn't bleed into my actual vernacular. Revenant's Dwell we go. And looks like we're going to Rona's Cafe. Alright. We also do need to get Culinarian 2 at some point. I guess I also need to do that for Alk 1 too, I think. Now I think about it as well. Because I don't think I've done that. Oh, it's upstairs, for God's sake. You came! I didn't have my hopes up, but you really came! I have the help of an accomplished culinarian like you is a dream come true. Thank the 12 and thank you! Without further ado, let's get right to the cooking. It is what I'd like to say, but still need to decide on a Far Eastern dish to test out. If you could wait a while, I'll look into what the Domans have a hankering for. I have connections, so it shouldn't be difficult, but until we have the name of a dish, please feel free to go about your business. Again, allow me to thank you for your help, Rose. It's a great honor to be able to work with the only person in history to score a perfect 10 in the Delon d'Or. Though I may not be in the same class as you, not even close, I promise to do the best I can and pull my weight. Good stuff, and I think that might level us up. Get pretty close. Sure enough. So in that case, let's do this. Careful Synth is now available. Let's put that over here. It's doing well. We're just about finished up with, we're about, not finished up, but more soft locked on Culinarian. And then I guess I'll work on Leatherworker until everyone's ready to progress the MSQ. So we need Master Crafting Tome 1 and 2, so let's do that. Culinarian, Sauteed, C-O-E-U. That's the town the next few days, and we'll be back until Monday night. Alright, fair enough. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay, so we need Volcanic Rock Salt, which is at 5 to 8. That's rough. So that's gone until later. Garlic, buffalo milk. I guess we can just buy it all off the market. Yeah, let's do that then. Let's go to lower decks. Teleport here. You're hopefully leaving on Friday. Gotcha. Yeah, because I believe everyone's gone pretty much this weekend. That reminds me, by the way, this Friday, and it's fine if we didn't plan for this, am I going to be the one doing builds and whatnot? If so, it's more than manageable for the exhibition match. I just kind of thought about that one. Oh yeah, I don't think we scheduled any refs, did we? Squirrel meat. Do you volunteer yourself? Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. I was like, oh yeah, that song that's coming up, isn't it? Cooking chair we can get. Volcanic. Rock salt. I want just one. Can I have just one, please? No? Okay. No, 6 of us. Garlic we can buy. Buffalo milk we can buy. Let's go up to the Culinarians Guild real quick to make this. And then we can also go to the Aft Castle for the cooking cherry. I think it's only 20, and I have like maybe 100. Garlic, buffalo milk, garlic. I need 2 buffalo milk. All right. But how's your day been, Shelby? Hopefully it's going well. After castle time for some cooking sherry. And then let's make this and see where we are at thereafter. Not really been a good day. That's unfortunate. Oh, hopefully it can get better, question mark? Alright, sounds good. Alright, let's craft this. Then I need the smooth butter, craft that. Let's Let's get high quality. Buy a stick of smooth butter. Go back to this. And I think that is as good as we can get it. There's no butter down at the wires. I'm not sure why it lagged like that. I'm not sure if stream lagged too. That was an odd one. I could have done touch, but we're fine. Not exactly too worried about making this dish. Okay, so we got that. Which means now we can go back to Revenant's Toll and grab the book number 2. I think what we'll do instead of making stuff in order to get to 63, I might just wait until tomorrow's mission allowance resets. So that way we can do that instead. Might make more sense. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Alright, so now we can get Culinarian 1. I shall exchange. Alright, so we got Culinarian 1 now. And then I need Culinarian 2, which requires tomato relish. Relish. I can spell sometimes. We're out. Relish. Rich tomato relish. Raw materials list for that. So we need tomato, which is in Green Creature Gully between 1 and 5. So that's way past. Cinnamon. Noble grapes. And then Fieldcraft, Demateria 3, which we do or don't have. I have 2s, not 3s, so I'll have to buy those. Honestly, we could probably just buy all of these. So let's head back to Lemsa Lower Decks. I want to say the cinnamon we can buy off of the Culinarian vendor. The grapes, I'm not sure. The tomatoes we'll have to buy. We need just 1. As well as the Demateria 3. So, Demateria, Fieldcraft 3, we need 2. Grab 1 and 2. Let's grab tomato. You can buy from the scripts people. Oh. I don't think I would have enough scripts anyways, but that is good to know. One of you, of course, I can't get. Actually, I can get 2 at 240 or 6 at 120. Alright. Noble grape and cinnamon. Let's see. Cinnamon. And let's check and see if the noble grapes. I want to say maybe we can't get the noble grapes, so let's actually go to Oakwood. Yeah, it's level 25 node, so I think it's not found in either location. So that's actually really good to know for future reference, because honestly I did not know that. I'm like, where do I get this? And I know like you can get Demateria by desynthing stuff. Like I've cleared Demateria, but I just don't have any of the Fieldcraft. Switch over to bot. We don't need to gather any more cordial ingredients until 5. Not that it matters, because I don't have any marks in order to buy from Maelstrom. I need to farm some marks and some filtered water at some point. Alright, let's grab 4 of these. Noble grape. That's 3. That's 4. And Earth Shards thereafter. The rich tomato relish. Alright, so relish. We first need to make the tomato relish. We need to craft some dark vinegar. Let's make this high quality. Let's go waste not. Which means we'll go basic touch. Actually, I messed that up, but we're fine. We're okay. If it had a higher quality requirement, then that'd be an issue. Lottery Rose and no-go, that's rough. Now, I will note that they added a lot more wards now. In addition, I think you can now get you can apply for both a private and a FC residence at the same time. Yeah, I mean, you could try the new wards and see what's up with those. Not sure what that will look like until the next housing lottery. Gotcha. All right, let's go relish. We got everything we need here. We got the table salt, we got the vinegar. So let's craft this a high quality. I guess I could have gone precise touch, but I'm not too hard pressed here. And then the rich tomato. All right, let's pop innovation. I don't know when those get released, if they already have. Okay, 115, so a little bit of ways then. Not too far away, but not here either. Excellent, we'll just pop blessing and finish off. All right, well, in that case, I don't know why I'm clicking on that when all I need to go is Mordoa, Revenant's Toll, and then we'll have Culinarian 1, 2, 3, and we should be good from there. All right. Well, I guess if we finish up this and we wait for our mission allowance to get reset, I think that pretty much finishes up Culinarian for right now. Where is this? There it is. Alright, have a good one, Shelby. Hopefully I'll talk to you later. Alright. So we're good here. Yeah, I don't think I ever got Alchemist 1 and 2 for whatever reason. Is there a way to check that? The journal? No. There's definitely a way to do so. You support timer, character, minion, champion, blah, blah, blah. There's definitely a way. Challenge log, gathering log. Maybe not. Maybe it'd just be like the gathering. Master recipe 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, maybe I do have all of them master recipes. That is 1, 2, 3, 4. Which one was it that I don't? I want master recipes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Culinarian is 1, 2, 3, 4. Is it goldsmith? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Am I crazy? Master armor 1, 2, 3. Oh, hold on. So I think I need to actually click into these. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Yeah, so I didn't get 1 and 2 on Weaver. No, I might as well do that real quick. Weaver 1, 2. Weaver 1. We need Vanya Silk. Vanya Silk. Raw materials for this: silkworm cocoon, effervescent water, and potash. Can't gather it. I can get this in the other paths. Potash. I wonder if we can trade scripts for that potentially. But alternatively, I can just do the smart thing and look it up. Potash. And we'll find out the verdict after I gather up the water. Alright. It's been a while since I've freaking gone over here. Probably, I think last time I went over here was for silver. Yeah, silver ore. Alright, so where do we get potash? Oh, it's like... Shoot. Yeah, we're just gonna have to buy it because it's for marks, but we don't have any. Oh, that's a bit unfortunate. We'll go to Lemsa, we'll buy it. Both that and the silkworm cocoons. And potash 9. Oh, let's grab this and this. Alright, so now we can make the Vanya silk. First we need to make the silk thread, however. And if I do this, it'll go down to 62, which is fine. And a blessing will finish it out. And I guess we'll go for another final appraisal. Muscle memory. Touch and touch. Master's Mend. That's an easy enough thing to close out with. Alright, silk thread done and dusted. So now we can make... Oh, why did I need 4 of those? Odd. Right, 1 and 2. I need less than 500, so Blessing will finish it out. Alright, well, in that case, let's head back to Mordoa, Revenant's Toll. Then we'll grab Weaver 1, and then go for Weaver 2. Not that I, like, realistically need them. However, it's something that I might as well grab. To say that I do indeed have them. Weaver 1. And then we need Weaver 2. Silver Brocade. Silver Brocade. Oh, wait. Seriously? That's all I need? Just some silver ore and the demateria? Oh, let's go grab the silver ore then. Silver, and then a demateria 3, which shall be mentioned we can get from scripts instead, which is actually pretty significant. The question is, do we have enough scripts? Alright, let's just pop Bountiful Yield. Grab the ice shards there after. Alright, let's go to Lemucia. Lower decks. This way, just in case we don't have enough for the scripts, we can buy the demateria instead. And then let's head over here. As the script vendors are right here on the left. Script exchange. We probably want crafter's materia. Materia 3. Honey materia. It's not this. Materials, etc. Master Recipe 1. Oh, I didn't realize I could buy these from here. I thought I always had to go back to Mordoa. That's upsetting. Where is it? Am I crazy? Potentially. You'd think it'd be in Crafter's Materia, but I don't see it. Oh, demateria 3, it's 200. Alright, never mind then. Yep, we're gonna go buy it. That is that. That was what I was afraid of. But, the good news is we can only buy it here. Skillcraft demateria 3, we can buy 2. Hold on. I thought I could buy from you. I was like, can I buy junk from you? Because if so, that'd be freaking amazing. I cannot. Okay, so first off, we need to craft the ingot via our goldsmith. Let's set this. Switch over to Weaver. What is going on there? Oh, there's crafting up a friggin' storm is what they're doing. Alright, silk thread, silver ingots. touch. Innovation. Precise touch. And let's close it out. And last but not least, let's see, 700, we'll close it out. Alright. And the nice part is we don't even need to go back to Mordoa, as we can just do it here. Wish I realized that sooner. Master recipes. Oh no, we can't actually. I correct myself. I still need to go to Mordoa for 2. For anything above 2, though, I would be, in fact, correct. Alright. Well, off we go. And turn around. Okay. So this should mean that everything has all the way through 3. Demateria and 3. So let's get Master Weaver. Perfect. Alright. Well, in that case, that is everyone in a very good spot. Also, what can I do with this? Can I make this into other materia? Let's provide entrance to make it during crafting process. Interesting. Alright, well. So that is everything soft lock. Culinarian is not, but we're gonna wait till tomorrow to continue it. Just so we can do our mission with Maelstrom instead, get some more seals. I always want to call them marks for some reason, but seals. Does my Dark Knight have a job quest? It does not. I was hopeful that it did. It does not. Next one is 63. I don't think any of my tanks do, though. I just realized something. That's right. Yeah, they changed things. So, Riot Blade still, Goring Blade. Goring Blade no longer... Oh, I hate this. Because now the only thing that combos with Riot Blade is Royal Authority, making my I hate it! It means that my combo got that much more dull on Paladin. Iron Will, same. Shield Bash is still Shield Bash. Divine Veil. Barrier around self and all party members needs or is damage equivalent to 10% of your maximum HP. So it no longer has to work with Clemency. Realistically speaking, I don't think there's a time where I actually will want to use Clemency. I'm genuinely thinking that now. Because before I was like, oh, I'll pop Divine Veil and then Clemency, we're good. But now it doesn't matter. Like, yeah, restores to self 50% of HP restore, or restores 1,000. Restore to target if target is a party member. Like, I guess in a pinch I can use Clemency on a healer. Like, when am I gonna use Clemency? Probably never. Which means Divine Veil is now just probably part of mitigation. Yeah, we now just pair Divine Veil and mitigation instead. So 12, 12, 90, 60, 25, 30. And of course, Hollowed Ground. That's still a dot. There's still opponency of 270. It restores MP, but we don't care about MP right now. This is an instacast with a recast of almost a minute. Opponency of 700. And does not share a timer with anything else. Which I don't think any of these do. It's an OGCD. So this is just a instacast OGCD. So we normally want to do that within Fight or Flight. So Fight or Flight, Spirits Within, Circle, Scion, an additional attack, then Goring Blade. I guess let's move. Oh, I hate this. I hate this so much. I guess I want to do like something like this. Oh, I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Sheltron is also, I guess now I would consider part of our, like, though it is a gauge, I would now consider this part of our mitigation rotation because it's no longer blocked but instead damage taken. So anytime that one of our mitigations is not up, we should be using Sheltron, TLDR, and then cover is such a unique situation that it just needs to be off my mitigation rotation entirely. I hate this. So this nearby, it's still... Okay, Total Eclipse, Shield Lob, yep, Provoke, fine. Fast Blade, Riot Blade, Royal Authority. I'm level 61 of Paladin, my combo is literally 3 buttons. 3 buttons and Instacast. I don't understand. I don't understand. It is so dull. It was dull before, and it is worse now. Warrior still is, by far, though at 65, but I think the only other thing that is Upheaval, and I guess Onslaught at 62, is still so much more in-depth at this point of the game. If anyone goes to me, hey Gil, what tank should I pick in Final Fantasy XIV? I, without a doubt, am always going to say Warrior, because its mitigation's amazing, it has a ton of self-heal, and fact of the matter is, its rotation is in-depth and actually engaging. Like, point blank. Versus, like, Paladin, which at 61, and I want to point out that this has been engaging since level, what? 26? 50 for Storm's Eye? Though I think we have something else, but even still 50, we have 2 paths instead of just 1. And on top of which, then we also have like Fell Cleave and Decimate and its counterparts prior to that. And then if you look at Dark Knight, still much like Paladin, that 3-part combo. We now have some more things of like Carve and Spit and Abyssal Drain and Salted Earth, and so we have some things to juggle. It's a bit more intricate on like the instacast side of things, on like, oh, I need some MP, so in that case let's go Carve and Spit. Oh, I want to restore both HP and MP and we're in a group. In that case let's go Abyssal Drain. So like single target, multiple targets, multiple targets, multiple targets, single target, need MP. Like, it's pretty straightforward, all things considered. And then finally there's Gunbreaker, which is still a 1-2-3 combo at 61, mind you, but at least has the gauge that we use pretty constantly with Burst Strike and Gnashing Fang. I have to mention the Instacast down here with Danger Zone, Rough Divide, and Sonic Boom. Like, this is still pretty in-depth, all things considered, though I do feel like I should probably, like... Do I want to move all this down a little bit? No Mercy, 20%. Guess I could, like, do 1, 2, 3, and then, like, Gnashing Fang, Burst Strike up here. Still don't understand, so Delivers attack of 360 does not share a recast timer. This has a recast timer. Attack of 380. So when would you ever... Or I guess Gnashing Fang has a recast timer of 30. I see. Like, I guess I could move this over a bit at the same time. I don't know, maybe I kind of like it more the way I had it. And we put back... that's our Gap Closer, Danger Zone, Rough Divide, Sonic Break. Yeah. Okay. I'll keep it like that then. Yeah, even this is more engaging than like Paladin or Dark Knight. And not by much, mind you, but like Warriors still, in my opinion, is such an engaging tank early on. Maybe that'll change later on, but like right now, I question why anyone starting off would pick up Paladin. In all honesty, it's such a drag. Okay, but let's see. We're like 3 hours in. I could start leatherworking. But honestly, I was kind of mentioning earlier that I was a little bit tired. I think I might end a little bit early just to rest up before I have to bike 5 miles for some exercise. That I'm a little bit peckish, even though I did have a meal earlier. So, with that being said, I do think I'll be ending the stream there. As always, guys, if you did enjoy the show, make sure that follow button. If you haven't already, though, check out our Extra Life campaign. We're trying to help heal kids at St. Children's Hospital here in Fargo, North Dakota. On that note, guys, I'll see y'all tomorrow at 7 p.m. CST. Bye-bye!